Yes, 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 it is October, and it is time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is the 31 Nights of Halloween. The perverts have spoken. Yes, the perverts have spoken. They came out in force to narrowly defeat the 31 Nights of Boobs, Booze, and Booze by one vote, and the latecomer Rainbows from Hell. I really wanted that one to win, really. I could have just lied and said it won, but no, I am a man of honor and a man of my word. And therefore, yes, the perverts have spoken, and it's fitting since the majority of the people who subscribe to my channel are degenerate perverts. And I love you guys. I love you guys for it. Yeah, I know. So, I also have some good news. My video, Kiss X Sis video, is back live on the YouTubes. So apparently, maybe Google is watching my videos. But anyways, I made a comment about it with the last video that I put out, and lo and behold, the 14 days, today was the 14th day, and it's back! So, spectacular! It is a time to celebrate everything that is horror and destruction and violence and gore and everything else and wonderfulness. So, tonight, kicking it off, I am going to do a review of a movie that came out this year, a movie that is highly regarded. And that movie is It Follows. It Follows. Yes, this movie is actually pretty good. I have to admit, it's pretty good. Basically, it's about a girl who is dating this guy and ends up having sex with him, but afterwards he drugs her, ties her to a chair, and tells her that, hey, you aren't gonna believe me, but you gotta believe me now. There's this thing, it's gonna come straight for you, and if it gets to you, it's gonna kill you. And so the only way you can get rid of it is to have sex with another person. Oh yeah, and then hope that person doesn't get killed, because apparently if the person you had sex with gets killed, then it will go after you again. So honestly, I think anyone who's had sex in this film is fucked, because someone's gonna die along the line, and there's just not gonna be enough philandering going on to keep everyone alive. Either that or everyone's going to end up being effective and the whole world is going to die. I don't know, whatever. You know, you should just take one for the team and let it kill you and let it go straight down the line and end the whole thing. But anyways, so that's the plot of the movie. She freaks out. First she doesn't believe him, but then she sees this thing following her everywhere and she gets freaked out, and her friends try to help her deal with the situation and maybe even stop it. And in a way, it kind of gives me the feeling of the movie, what was that movie that I'm thinking of? It, Stephen King's It. Actually, it was a book, but a little mini-series was out there, and the story of the friends trying to gang up and defeat some evil force and monster, and it really gave me that feel. Now, the movie isn't a perfect movie. There are a lot of kind of slow parts, especially toward the beginning, where I don't know if the director was trying to be a little artsy and artistic with his things. It just kind of meandered a little bit. But when you got to the action bits, when you got to the bits where the horror was beginning, that was where this movie shines, and it was great. It built tension. It was great when she would drive away from the thing, and then she would fall asleep, and I remember the scene of her in the morning waking up on the hood of the car, and I'm thinking, you need to be a little bit more anxious, because that thing was following you all this time, and you know, it could be still heading for you. I mean, it's definitely heading for you while we speak. So basically, this thing, whatever it is, they never really explain it, which is also part of the brilliance because it leaves all these questions in your mind. It walks. So think of like Jason Voorhees. It's just walking towards you. Not even at that pace, just kind of slow, almost zombie-like pace. So you can't really outrun it. And honestly, if I ever got it, I would just take a flight to the middle of Europe or something and then figure out how long it would take for this person at that pace to walk through the ocean to get to me, and then, you know, plan it so that I just fly back to America and just repeat it every how many hundreds of days it would take for that thing to try to get me. But that's neither here nor there. It's not stupid though, because it will use tools to try to get into your home. It'll bust the windows out, try to break through the door. But it's slow. I think the quote in the movie is, it's slow, but it's not stupid. So, yeah. I mean, that's basically a movie. It's a very simple premise, a very straightforward plot, but it delivers in the tension, in the horrors. There's not a lot of violence and gore in this movie. It's really cerebral, and I like the little things during the movie when they're talking, and in the background you see someone walking towards them, and you're like, is that it? Is that it? Did it catch up? I mean, it's really. I mean, there's a great scene on the beach where I'm just like, oh my goodness. So to me, it does deliver. It's not a perfect movie. There are some really slow parts in this, parts where you kind of go, come on, let's get on with it. But overall, I think it's a very solid movie, very good movie, and probably the best horror movie that has been released so far this year. But then again, it's the only one I've seen so far that has been released. I still have to kind of catch Babadook. Was that this year? But I'm also planning on either seeing The Visit or, oh, what is that other movie I was thinking about? Anyways, so as it goes, this movie, pretty solid. I'm going to give it a overall impression score of 4 out of 5. And I'm going to put the rest of my scores, my usual scores, you know, where I talk about violence and gore, shock value, in the description, because I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter, a little bit more streamlined, because A, it may make it easier for me when it comes to the editing part, and B, maybe you don't want to sit through 10 minutes of me just blabbling on about a movie. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm trying something new here, guys. So anyways, there you go. It Follows. It's out on Blu-ray and DVD. So I suggest, if you like horror movies, check it out. If you're kind of afraid of it, oh no, I'm kind of afraid of, like, you know, seeing gross, disgusting violence. No, honestly, besides the nudity, this movie is pretty accessible for all audiences, I say, and it's really worth a shot. So check it out. It Follows. Very good horror movie. And that's, oh, I dropped it on the floor. Anyways, oh goodness. Good thing those things are sturdy. So that is going to be it for episode number 1. Come back tomorrow for episode number 2 to see what horrors lie in store. I'm thinking about another more contemporary, more recent movie. Though don't worry. I know that one of my subscribers was a little bit worried that I was going to go too mainstream. I'm still going to go pull out some crazy, insane shit from my collection here that you may never have heard of. And yeah, we're still going to have lots of fun this year. I'm going to try to shake it up too, because another one of my subscribers wanted to say, hey, you should do some top 10 lists, best, worst. And I'm thinking about maybe even doing some road trip stuff for this year. I don't know. I mean, it might work, it might not. It really depends on a lot of things. But so far, I am stoked. I'm excited. I've had a really good day knowing that Kiss X Sis thing is no longer dangling over my head, at least for now, until they resubmit another thing. I don't know how well. But until then, the perverts, they have spoken, and it is good night. Brah.